Hey everybody, I'm Joe and welcome back to Movie of the Week. Now last week we had our premiere video with brand new movies, some of which were still in movie theaters. However, we're getting back to our original list with must-see movies. Movies that we all know and love, movies that have defined generations. Movies that Matt needs to see in order to blend in with humanity better than he already does. So let's jump right into this week's list. For these movies, we've picked classic 80s blockbuster movies. Now, pretty much everybody in the world has seen all these movies with the exception of Matt. However, we do give him a bit of a pass since he wasn't alive in the 80s. So starting off the list is the 1984 Ghostbusters. Now, like I said, Matt wasn't alive in the 80s. However, I feel like every kid in America saw this movie at some point while they were growing up. Which kind of makes me feel like maybe Matt just was never a kid. He simply just showed up at work one day as a grown-ass adult, having never lived a life as a child. Nor does he have any knowledge of one of the most famous movie songs of all time.
When you're walking down the street and you see a little ghost, what you gonna do about Ghostbusters?
What is that?
That's the Ghostbusters theme song.
No.
I'm pretty sure it is.
So yeah, Ghostbusters from the 1980s is a definite must-watch for Matt. It's a great movie that people still cheer for today, despite being 40 years old. It's one of the few movies that have held up over time, and if it wins this week, Matt's gonna have a great time watching it.
Ghostbusters.
The next movie on the list is RoboCop. Now, RoboCop is a unique movie. Despite being a sci-fi action movie, it skillfully employs satire to dissect the flaws of corporate greed, media sensationalism, and the dehumanizing of consequences, unchecked capitalism. But all I remember is that this movie kicks names and takes ass. RoboCop is yet another movie I watched as a kid, despite it not being suitable for children, given how much violence it throws at you. But back in those days, a movie like this always attracted us kids.
This kind of violence really does desensitize us. Want to get a snow cone? Okay.
Your move, creep.
RoboCop.
Thank you for your cooperation. Good night.
Oh yeah, and let's not forget that one classic line.
I'd buy that for $1.
The next movie on the list is the 1989 Batman. Now, I remember when this movie came out, it was huge. Some people would probably say it was the biggest movie of the 80s. I consider it to be the iconic version of Batman. It gave us a more darker and brooding Caped Crusader. It gave us the iconic line, "I'm Batman." Prior to this movie, the only thing we have was the campy 60s television show Batman. I mean, just look at what we had back then. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I watched this every day when I came home from school because the reruns were going all the way into the 80s. This movie made Batman cool again, with its A-list actors, big budget, great sets, great costumes. Everything about this was huge. Even Prince got in on this movie with several songs on the soundtrack and these full production videos that I didn't even know existed until just recently. And you know something is automatically cool when you get the stamp of approval from Prince.
You ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
The final movie on the list is the one and only Top Gun. I think most states in the US have a law written somewhere that as a guy, you're just supposed to watch this movie. But wait a minute. Didn't Matt already see Top Gun Maverick? How did he see Top Gun Maverick without seeing Top Gun? I guess we'll just have to go with the idea that Top Gun is the prequel to Top Gun Maverick. I mean, it works for Star Wars, and Matt's a pretty big Star Wars fan. Now, there's a theory out there. Some fans believe that Top Gun has a gay subtext.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, of course not.
Quentin Tarantino explained in a 1990s clip that the movie is about a man struggling with his own sexuality.
Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna have to go ahead and sort of disagree with you there.
As prior service, if you ask any military member, gay subtext is just standard issue for us. So if Top Gun wins this week, then Matt will finally understand what the whole Great Balls of Fire scene was all about.
Top Gun.
So those are the movies we have picked out for this week. We got a great selection of 80s blockbuster movies. Be sure to cast your vote for the movie that you want Matt to watch next week. There's a link in the description for this week's vote, or you can go to the community tab of this channel, search for this week's poll, and cast your vote there. Thank you for watching this week, and we'll see you next time on Movie of the Week.